Pippa here with the mid-morning show here on Wycombe Sound 106.6 FM, and I have another guest with me, and it's Laurene Hope from Moving On TV. Good morning, Laurene.
Hi, Philippa. It's great to be here.
Thanks very much for coming in. So we're going to talk about, you've got so many different creative projects on the go, but they all link back, don't they, to recovery, mental health and recovery, and in your case from borderline personality disorder. So start out, Laurene, by just explaining what this BPD is.
Okay. Well, the way I see it is it's a complex needs disorder. And the way I say it is, you know, when you used to go to Woolworths and you'd pick different sweets, different things, it's like a little bit of OCD, a little bit of panic, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's a combination of a lot of different mental health issues and conditions, but we all have personalities inside of us. We're all walking around with them, and sometimes when you're very stressed or very low, or you've had a lot of post-traumatic stress disorder, they come to the surface. And so that's what BPD is really to me. That's how I would describe it.
Okay, so talk me through a typical day of Laurene experiencing BPD.
Okay, well, thank God I'm well now, but when I was sick, all my personalities went out of control, particularly my rage and my fear, and I just you create identities through life, and one of my biggest identities was a performer, and because I couldn't get any performing and I didn't know how to focus myself, that was completely out of control. Because I'm a very creative being, that creative side of me, you know, I'm too creative, went out of control, so it created so basically you've got this total imbalance of life where you're screaming and shouting and crying and having panic attacks all over the place in the middle of the road. It's just completely, you can't control your life anymore. It just completely goes haywire. And so when I went into the community, you go into a getting ready group for nearly a year. It took a long time for me to get into the community because I couldn't sit and listen to anyone. I fought with everyone. I didn't even know I was doing it because it was so part of me already. And those personalities, of course, from growing up in Israel, you know, it's a very volatile Mediterranean. Everybody shouts and talks at the same time, and there's a lot of stress. So it was part of me. So that's how I was. I was very, very sick. I couldn't get on with anyone. I had no more friends. I was jealous of everyone, and I felt like life wasn't worth living. I never self-harmed, never tried to do anything like that, but I just felt like life wasn't worth living anymore.
And so you are better now, you've recovered now. How have you managed to do that?
Well, I had nearly 2 years in a therapeutic community in Aylesbury, and my gratitude is just, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that. My first year was hell on earth. It's a very difficult journey because you don't understand it. No one understands it. You go in there and you think, what the hell is this? This is mad. This is hell on earth. This is worse than anything. But within a year, I surrendered. And because they tried to get rid of me about 4 times, you know, I just couldn't settle. And the staff kept me there. And then something happened one night after they tried to get rid of me the last time, the 4th time. And I woke up in the middle of the night, grabbed my husband and said, don't let me go back. And I had this memory recall from my childhood of something that had happened to me, and I realised my parents sent me there. And that was it. It went completely. And so what I realised was that people that are being diagnosed with mental health issues think they are to blame for everything. And that's what it is, a huge guilt complex. And once that went, I got totally in peace.
Okay.
But of course, when I came out of the community, I had to start working on myself because you had 24-hour support system. And unfortunately, when you come out of the community, that's gone. You really are thrown back into life. And so I had to create all my own techniques and take the tools. One of the best tools, I'd say, is staying in the moment, because the mind can run away so quickly.
Yeah, so this is mindfulness, which is a big topic at the moment.
Mindfulness, Buddhist meditations, like going to silent retreats around the corner at Amravati, and of course my creativity. Because before I went into the community, I tried tried to run theatre, and I used to fall out with everyone. They used to call me the ego has landed, and I didn't understand what I was doing. But after the community, I was able to work with people. I understood that people were more important than the show, and everyone who's been involved with me, they're all friends. We've all stayed friends, and we've had a wonderful time together. So the community taught me how to live in the world, how to become more grounded, but it released the huge thing that was haunting me and destroying my life. Then last year I was tested very, very strongly. They call it the dark night of the soul. I lost my father, who I absolutely adored, and it was a very difficult time because he forgot me. He didn't even know who I was. And then I had a serious accident and broke my leg and was in a wheelchair for nearly 4 months. And it really, really tested my sanity, I tell you. But what came out of it was actually a stronger determination, because I stayed sane. I never took any medication. I've never used medication.
Yeah.
The community, you're not allowed to. They take it away, and I was lucky. But such a strong resolution to go out there and to create something for all of us, because we're all unique. So no one is just sitting there watching TV and thinking, I'm talented. What am I going to do? Where will I go with my talent? So this is where Moving on TV came back in a big way.
Okay.
To create that unique thing. So this, and also, I kept thinking, well, I may not walk again, because it was such a serious fracture. I wasn't sure if I'd come out of my wheelchair. What do you really want to do with your life, Lauren? What's going to compensate you? And it was my dream that I've had since I was 13 years old, was to sing everywhere. And particularly Danny Boy, because I'm Irish.
Yeah.
And somehow I started to feel like I was going back towards my roots again.
Okay.
The real me.
Yeah.
So sometimes when you go through hell, take it and turn that into your biggest opportunity.
Absolutely.
To get your happiness, and that's what I'm doing.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about Moving on TV, because you're going onto the Sky platform. That must have cost a fortune.
Yes. Well, it does. I mean, for an hour, it's about £400 an hour. I can't go on my own, obviously. So I'm going on, hopefully, with some sponsors, some people that I can create adverts with, a couple of musicians, doing my best to get 1 hour on the Showcase channel starting on the 15th of February. It's still not 100%, because, as I say, I have to know that I've got people with me, because of course I can't do it on my own.
So I
don't want it to be on my own.
Are you looking for performers?
Of course, yeah. I'm looking for sponsors, and we're going to make, I've just brought on a new cameraman and editor, Dave. We're going to make an advert about organic makeup. It's a line from Piaf where she goes, I refuse to wear the makeup. I want to wear my face to the audience as a lover. That is why I will only wear organic makeup and products, because it's like I'm nude. And then we're going to send that out to a lot of organic companies to try and bring them on board. But yes, I am looking for people that want to advertise, because I'm only allowed to advertise. I'm learning about how the media works. I don't know this. To come on board in between the programs. There's going to be a lot of comedy on there. There's going to be chat shows. There's going to be the happy news. It's going to make people feel happy.
And this is all within the 1 hour a week?
1 hour a week,
Okay.
I've got to create... Well, what I want to do is I want it to be like a real TV station where you've got different programs. It's got to be divided into 4, apparently.
Yeah.
And then you put your programs on in between. So you've got, like, it starts with comedy, then it goes on to, say, we've got yoga, meditation, things like that, hypnotherapy, and then it goes on to something like music, so we've got the musicians that will come on. What I really want to do, Pippa, is Moving on TV talent. To counteract Britain's Got Talent, which takes 3 months to get on.
Yeah.
And also they take your royalties. I'm not interested in people's royalties. I just want people to be happy and to help me create the station together.
Okay, so if I'm listening in at home and I think, I'd like to be on Moving on TV, how do we get in touch with you?
Okay, you can contact me at Lauren, with an E, Laurene, at movingontv.uk. You can find me on Facebook as Laurene Hope. I've actually got a Laurene Hope page, at long last. And yes, you're welcome. And I'll work with everyone. I want to divide it between us so we all get a good deal.
Okay.
The time and the money.
Okay.
It's about all of us.
Fabulous. Okay, now, as a tribute to your father, you've been going around to different places and singing Danny